Passion for Books. My name is Kim. Today I'm bringing you a brand new project for this year that I am super excited about. It is called the Rolling Physical TBR project for 2020. The goal of this project is to read as many books off of my TBR bookshelf. Yes, I said that, bookshelf. I have two completely filled shelves. I have one more shelf that could be added books to, but I'm trying to prevent that because I don't need an entire bookcase of to-be-read books. So that's what this goal of this project is to read as many of them off of my shelf and get them read and either kept on these shelves or moved on to someone who's going to enjoy them more than I did if I ended up not liking the book or I ended up DNFing it. So when the rolling part comes into this is when I either finish a book or I DNF the book because I didn't enjoy it. Then I'll roll in another book from my 2 and a quarter shelves of books going on, because I also have books on top of the bookshelf. So yeah, I want to get as many of those read as possible. I plan to do an update every 3 months, so every quarter, and the updates will most likely come towards the end of the month, so I have a majority of that 3rd month to continue reading and seeing how many books I can read until that update. So you won't see all of the roll-ins. If I happen to roll in or about to roll in another book on the day that I film for the update, then I'll show you that book. Otherwise, just know that as I, again, complete books or DNF them, I'm bringing in more books from my physical TBR, because it's at least 50 books or more now. As when I originally did my goals for 2020, it was around 23. But as I rearranged my filming area and my bookshelves, I found a lot more books that were hiding on this organizer bookshelves behind me, and it's grown exponentially from 23 to close to 50, if not over 50 books by now. So yes, so every 3 months towards, again, the end of the month, so this is going to be March, June, September, and then at the end, towards the end of December. So those are the months that you should be looking at for the updates to come if everything goes well. I will be starting or kicking off this project with 10 books. Some of them you will see or had seen from my January TBR, but then I added on others as well. So those right now have priority. As I again finish, I'm bringing them in. And then I'll also put pictures up for you if I didn't do that earlier, so that you can see the books on the bookcase, and then there are a few other here, and I'll put some sort of icon on it to draw your attention to them as well. Alright, now the books. So again, The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, this is going to be last month for this book, was in January, because this is the 3rd month that I've been trying to read this book. The audio version of it is helping it to go by much more quickly. So I know this will definitely be done by the end of January, and I'll have another book to replace it. This book is, I don't think I talked about it in my January TBR, but this is Little Women by Louise May Alcott. This is being read with my caravan group, but it is a book that I hadn't read yet, and it's been on kind of up here where I keep my classic books. So this was a classic that I needed to get to, so it's also in this project as well as my caravan group to get it read. And we're doing not too shabby on it. Delicately balanced so they don't pop. This particular one, I'm only working on the actual Dracula book. This is for the Romance-opoly readathon that I am doing. And I'm reading Dracula out of it because that's the story that I wanted to, and then I will count this as being read. If later in the year, maybe around October, I want to read other stories out of here, then I'll pick it up then. But right now my focus is Dracula. This is Willing to Die. This is by Lisa Jackson. She is a suspense mystery with a little romance thrown in with it as well. I have read some of her books in the past. I have not read this particular one, but it is from a haul that I've done last year, and I still need to get to it. I think this one came from Goodwill, but I could be wrong. This one came in, the used books monthly subscription service. I think I have now discontinued that particular service. It was just bringing in too many books. It's partly why my physical TBR is way out of control right now. So, but this one was one that I was actually really interested in. This is Stone Rider by David Hoffmeyer. So I did want to get it into this. It's kind of sounds like a little bit futuristic, survival, those types of things going on in it. Kind of up my alley. It's dealing with motorcycles and things like that. So I believe it may be YA, but I'm not for sure. Don't quote me on it. This one is from a recent Amazon haul. If it's not up yet, it will come up soon. This is Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. This was from Kayla from Books and Lala, recommendation that she talked about it, kind of raved about it, made me really interested, and I'd hate to say BookTube made me buy it, but it really did pique my interest. It is a suspense, horror, mystery, kind of all of that wrapped up in this book. So can't wait to get into it. This is, I believe, an adult book, not YA. This book is A Perfect Blood. I believe it is a start of the series by Kim Harrison. This was from a Goodwill haul, I believe, last year. I have not had a chance to get to it. So wanted to put this in this project because I did want to read it and get to it. So now I will. 3 more books to go. So this next book, this is to help me reach my goal of reading at least 2 nonfiction books this year. This is Serial Killers. This is all about the true stories of the world's worst murderers. Again, this is all about true stories about these people. I don't know if it's going to go into a lot of their lives or anything of that nature, but I did want to pick it up. It sounded kind of interesting. That I kind of like the darkness of it, I guess, because I absolutely love Criminal Minds, and this is kind of along that line, but more true versus made up type of things. This book is actually on my January TBR to get to it. This is To Catch a Killer by Cheryl Scarborough. Struggle with that. Again, another murder mystery, figuring out who did it, and those types of things. So I can't wait to dive into that book. And then the very, very last book, and also on the January TBR, No Exit by Taylor Adams. Again, another suspense, thriller, mystery type of thing. Again, I heard about it on BookTube midway, I guess, through 2019. Still hadn't had a chance to pick it up yet, so looking forward to also reading it. So these are the 10 books that I have chosen to kick off my rolling physical TBR project. Leave me some comments down below if you are interested in participating in this, and I would definitely love to see what books you have chosen for your project as well. And until my next video, I hope you have a good one. Bye!